From the Joy and Ralph Ellis Stadium, it's the ICTN Game of the Week. The Berkner Rams and the Irving Tigers homecoming for Irving High School and the first district game in 7-6A for the Tigers. Hi, everybody. Rob Willman with you, along with John Nelson. We've got a couple of teams that are, to be quite frank, as you take a look at the Berkner Rams coming onto the field, fairly even. Berkner may surprise you, though, as the Tigers come out strong there to get their players on the sideline. Berkner may surprise you. They're 0-4. They give up more points than they score. But if you look at every game except the one against Lake Highlands, very close. They lose to North Garland by 6. They lose by 6 to W.T. White, which, by the way, undefeated for the Longhorns. And then they lost 6 points again, this time to Frisco Lebanon Trail. So these guys have been in the ball game. It's just a matter of fact, can they finish it or not against the Irving Tigers, who have won a game this year. Temperatures beautiful outside, 83. The humidity's low, so is the wind. Partly cloudy skies. It's 83, and it feels like 83. John Nelson, he feels like he's 33 years old, but we all know he's a lot older than that. But he's been around the block, and he can call a game or two, and he's going to paint the picture for you folks as it's the Rams and the Tigers district football at Irving.
You worked on that for a month, didn't you?
Top of my head. Top of my head.
All right, Thomas Saley, number 99, has it teed up for the Berkner Rams. 0-4 on the year, 0-2 on the road. Standing near the 5-yard line for the Tigers, Kyle Sampson, and to the far side, Malik Wilkins, number 31. District opener for both teams. The Irving Tigers averaging 22 points a game. The Rams yielding 36. As we have a short stoppage of play, the equipment manager for the Irving Tigers going all the way across the field. I thought we had a uniform discussion, Rob, at the coin toss. One of the Irving Tigers, I believe Kyle Sampson, had a white hoodie and may have been asked to remove that.
I'm looking to see if I can see the hoodie on there now. I do not. It was the chains that they had to fix. We had trouble with that last night in the Richardson and Nimitz ball game. So a little fixie-do on the far side. Let's play some ball.
All right, Saley gives it the full windup, hammers it deep towards number 31, Malik Wilkins. Wilkins to the 10. Far side to the 15 is leveled at the 15 as 3 Berkner Rams surround number 31, Malik Wilkins, a sophomore. And here is the Irving Tiger offense, averaging 22 points a game and 187 yards of rushing.
Rodriguez, Smith, Lazo, Portillo, and Daniel are your big guys up front. Your guys in the skilled position, Medina's your quarterback, Daniel and Vine the running backs, Escamilla your tight end, and they do the 2 receiver set, Sampson and Sanchez.
Adrian Medina, the junior quarterback with a 40% completion rate. Jacob Vine, number 3, who's gotten most of the carries this year. Medina with a count, short handoff coming left and surrounded at the 10-yard line. Not much at all as Vine drew a crowd. The senior had 97 yards of rushing a couple of weeks ago against Pascal.
Defensively for the Rams, you've got Hunter, you've got McBowie, and Kennedy are the 3 guys up front. They run the 3-4. Davis, Clay, Williams, Wynn are your linebackers. And then in the secondary, Hallman, Kennedy, Thomas, and King will try to stop the pass.
It's a loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Ball right between the hash marks. Medina, and he gives and nothing at all as the Berkner Rams stiffen up and just waylay Rashad Daniel, number 43.
Nothing's working here in the early go.
Ground game has been grounded as number 6, Kelvin Escamilla, checks out.
Negative yardage, John, on the first 2 plays.
Chris Sanchez, one of the 2 receivers out wide to the left side.
Looking at Josh Williams, number 19, a very active linebacking core. And we've seen this on just the first couple of plays of the ball game.
3rd and 14. Daniel, the lone setback behind Adrian Medina. Rolls out, has it cocked, throws, caught, complete. First down, yardage is near the 25-yard line, and maybe another extra yard shoved out of bounds hard is Chris Sanchez, the junior wideout, and it is an Irving Tiger first down.
That was nicely done by Medina. First of all, he bought himself some time by rolling out to his right, or to his left, the opposite of the throwing arm, and you're looking there at Sanchez, number 81, who made it just enough to the sticks to get their first down of the ball game.
At the 26, Irving averaging about 70 yards of passing a game. They go to the ground again. Up the middle, he's got 5 and twisted down by Dwight Davis at the 33-yard line. That is Vine, Jacob Vine, the senior.
Vine making up for that first carry of the ball game and reels off about 8 yards right there.
Second and a couple just underway, 9:42 to go in the opening stanza.
Not the usual guys in the backfield, with Vine and Daniel getting the starting nod tonight.
And the late pitch, and it's no pitch at all as Medina is surrounded. Had he pitched it, Rob, it may have come loose. Hunter in his face, number 90. Had to eat it and gains nothing.
Kimo Hunter, the senior defensive lineman. One thing we saw last night in that Nimitz victory is how well the offensive line played for Coach Rogers and company. Irving needs to do the same.
Third and short, needing just over 2. Medina drops back, an empty backfield, throws to the far side, intercepted and dropped, batted away at the 35-yard line, intended for Vine.
Dwight Davis right there read it. Probably wishes he had it back. Had nothing but AstroTurf in front of him. They're number 4. Read it well. They're lucky that they're punting the football.
Number 17 in punt formation, Roger Basian. The drive started at the 17. The series ends at the Irving 34. Basian, a senior, pulls down the high snap, straight up. It's a wobbler. It'll hit at the Berkner 39, goes sideways, and will be down at the 38. So the Berkner Rams averaging right at 20 points a game. They had a little over 200 yards rushing against North Garland, one of their better rushing games of the year.
Offensive starters for the Rams. Up front, Lee, Salgado, Jordan Brooks, and Ayers, your 5 offensive linemen. Landry's your quarterback. Williams, a running back. Randall, Sane, Jarvis Sane is a wide receiver. Taylor, and then Sane's brother Jamal, the other wide receiver.
Jamari Williams up the middle and skips for about 9.5 yards. They may give him the first down at the 49. Jamari, a sophomore.
Defensively for Irving, very quickly, Anaya, Sanders, Williams, Harris. The linebackers, Quintanilla, Williams, the other Williams safety.
Thomas Landry swings it out to the right side. It is caught in traffic and then headbutted out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
The Berkner Rams are the type of team that like to play up-tempo. They will not give you a lot of time to get a replay in because they're ready to go.
Jamal Sane, the receiver. Here's the inside toss. Coming left is Sane. Marker down. Sane chased out of bounds at the Tiger 37-yard line.
Well, this one could be coming back because of a block in the back.
It was 2nd and 4. Referee Terry Mayfield will give us the call here.
Clock is 7:55. On the play, we got holding, number 9 of the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Tonight's officials, Terry Mayfield, Robert Reed, your umpire, Ronald Guteri, head linesman, David Steffen, Joshua Johnson, Rick Andrade, and Clark Rogers rounds out the officiating crew tonight.
It's a spot foul, so they'll mark it at the Berkner 45. They need to get to the Irving 41-yard line. It is 2nd and 14. From the spread, Thomas Landry, senior. He'll hand it off straight ahead. That is Williams into the grinder. Williams stacked up at the 48-yard line. Gain of about 4. The Berkner Rams opened up the year by losing to Lebanon Trail, that school in Frisco.
One of their 800 schools.
Yeah, exactly. Coming off a loss to Lake Highlands, the team picked to win district this year, 52-0. 3rd and a dime near midfield. Twin receivers on either side. Landry looking right, rolls out, throws on the run. It's too high, and it'll bring up 4th down and a late flag. They have gone headhunting on the receiver. That's number 6, Sane, Jarvis Sane.
Anaya, the linebacker for Irving, was caught in no man's land. He didn't know whether or not to go for the quarterback or stay and fall back on the receiver. Luckily for him, the quarterback could not hit his wide receiver target.
On the defense, number 1. 15 yards, automatic first down.
Yeah, Sane took quite a shot at the marker out of bounds near the 41-yard line as they mark off the yardage.
Right there, yep.
They'll place it at the Irving 36. Jalen Watson in the backfield, senior, alongside Thomas Landry.
That would have brought up 4th down, John. If
Yeah, it would have.
Let that one go.
Now Watson will shift to the left on 1st and 10. Tigers put 6 in the box. Here's a handoff to Watson over right side. And Watson shaken down hard, but not after he collects about 9 yards.
Jaden Sanders, the linebacker for Irving, just ran right past him. I mean, he had him lined up and everything.
Austin Williams comes on for Sanders. Williams, a senior. 2nd and a yard as they scrimmage from the Tiger 27. Watson stays in the backfield. The move man is Randall. Landry gives to Watson. He'll have the 1st down as he's shouldered down hard at the 24, but a fresh set of downs for the Rams.
Austin Williams.
Nothing fancy, just a dive left. Quarterback puts it in his belly and hopes that his running back does all the work.
They're going to send Jarvis Sane wide left.
There's a lot of faith in your cornerback when you don't have a lot of deep help over there either.
Got a squadron of receivers to the right of Landry.
He's going that way.
It goes the other way. Deep ball and overthrown 5 yards deep in the end zone. One-on-one coverage provided by Jose Diaz.
And that was Taylor out there on the near side. One-on-one coverage, had no deep help from the safety. Safety couldn't get over there fast enough, and a perfectly thrown football, John, would have been 6 points.
Nehemiah Nolan, a senior wide receiver, now checks in. 2nd and 10 at the Irving Tiger 24. Low score, 5:57 to go here in the opening quarter. District opener for both teams. Watson wrestled down at the 22, collects a couple of yards. Marker dropped as he was dropped.
Flag on the play.
Well, I noticed that Austin Williams still has the hoodie on out there, so.
On the defense, number 10. 5 yards. Still
See if
second
that
down.
stays intact as Jalen Watson checks out. Jamari Williams, who started at the running back spot, now back in.
2nd down,
There's
5
some
from
of
the
the interior
19.
line. Michael Jordan.
Second penalty on this drive against Irving.
2nd and 5 at the 19. And in motion, handoff to Jamari Williams. Williams, tough running inside the 15
Williams,
and
the ball
should have
carrier.
the 1st down. Pretty good drive that started at the Berkner 39.
Tackle.
It is a 1st and 10.
Down.
It's a great drive, John, because except for that one late hit, you know, they've pretty much done it on their own. The one other 5-yard offsides penalty against Irving, but it's been nothing but right up the middle between the tackles.
Unbalanced line at the 14. The handoff evading one, but stood up At the 12, Jamari Williams.
Williams again on the carry.
They did not break. They bent a little bit, but
Austin
didn't
Williams
shake
with the
off.
tackle.
Austin Williams among 2 Tigers on the stop.
This drive getting close to being 4
2
minutes
yards on the
old.
play. Second down, 8 from the 12.
10 plays and using most of the first quarter.
At the 12, it'll bring up 2nd and a dozen.
Austin with the bright shoes, the bright gloves.
Jamari Williams alongside Thomas Landry. 2nd down and 8. Now Williams goes to the right side. Again, they start a man in motion. Thomas Landry scoots back, flings it out to the left side, caught inside the 10, inside the 5, Jamal Sane. It'll be 1st and goal, Berkner. You know, Rob, that play is just an extension of a long running play.
Isn't it, though? You just get him out in the open field. Landry comes in throwing about 50% completion rate, almost 900 yards, and this is all just pretty much Sane. You get him out in the open field, and you got to tackle.
Jalen Watson, the setback behind Landry. 1st and goal from the 3. Jalen Watson over the right side and taken down hard at the 4. Running behind big number 50, Kenneth Lee.
Don't think he even got up to the line of scrimmage. Thing about Irving so far in the early go is they're just not wrapping up initially. First guy to hit him was Henry Flores, the junior linebacker. Couldn't wrap up, but luckily he had the rest of the crew to back him up.
Jamal Sane, number 14, the inside receiver, on 2nd and goal from the 4. It is Watson, and Watson is leveled at the line of scrimmage.
Nicely done by big number 7, Victor Cantarero, one of the sophomores on this team. They've got 11 of them, and that's how you wrap up.
Can't go anywhere like that. No gain. 3rd and goal, Matt Randall, number 5, a junior. Checks in. Jalen Watson still in the backfield on 3rd and goal. Landry, he will keep it, looking for an avenue. Landry gets to the edge and slides to about the 2.
Quarterback Landry on the key.
So it'll bring up 4th down from the 2.
Landry could not get the edge, John.
Nice job of stringing it out, and Quintanilla right there. This will be a 19-yard field goal attempt. Thomas Saley will attempt it. Angle to the right.
19-yard field goal. Correction, 19-yard field goal.
Berkner trying to take the early lead here on a 19-yard field goal. It's spotted, it is up, and it is true and through. Thomas Saley has given the Berkner Rams a 3-0 lead.
They used up almost 6 minutes off the clock, well, over 6 minutes off the clock. 13 plays, started at their own 38-yard line. They walk away with 3 points on the 19-yard field goal. So that's one of those, okay, if you're Berkner, you're like, hey, we got some points. Everything's great. We're on the board first. And if you're Irving, you're like, hey, they had the ball a long time. But they only had 3 points to get away from it. There's the head coach for the Rams. That's Trey Bryant. He was a McKinney High School defensive coordinator. Takes over for Jim Ledford, who was there for 21 years at Berkner. Bryant played there. Thing about McKinney, they also lost their offensive coordinator, Robert Boone. He went to Newman Smith. Same time that Trey went to the Berkner Rams.
He's a Baylor alum. He didn't have to change colors.
He didn't, did he?
Green and gold. 3-0 Rams. Thomas Saley kickoff. Kyle Sampson joined by Malik Wilkins. For the Tigers at the 5. That's Sampson, the junior. And headed towards Wilkins, gathers it in at the 5. To the middle 20. 25, still on his feet, and carries it out to the 29.
Nice return. Stayed behind his blocks. Now Now let's see if the Tigers can generate some sort of offense here in their second possession of the first half. Really, the only bright spot in that first possession was the Medina pass to Sanchez.
Tigers started the year losing to North Garland 34-7, and then, Rob, they snapped that horrible 32-game losing streak with a win over Dallas Molina.
Oh, and it was a close one, too, 35-34. It wasn't like it was a blowout. They earned it.
Adrian Medina. And he will give to number 3, Vine. Vine over the left side. Gains yardage close to the 34. Vine and Rashawn Daniel, the 2 running backs this year for the Tigers.
Vine with a couple of touchdowns. 97 yards on 26 carries coming in.
Kyle Sampson wide to the right, number 9. Second down and 5 needed, under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. At the 34. Medina rolls out, looking, fires, and a little low towards Escamilla. Kelvin Escamilla running right towards the middle, had double coverage. And will bring up third down.
Berkner's really daring Irving to throw. In that particular defensive setup, they just had one safety over the top. Right now they're in the cover 2 with 2 safeties, but we'll see how they line up when Irving breaks the huddle. Irving does not run a traditional 4 wide receiver set like you see a lot of high schools do. They like to run 2 guys in the backfield, throw in a tight end or a slot back.
Inside receiver is Vine. Daniel in the backfield and hold everything as the Tigers may have moved early.
That ball. False start on the offense, number 72. 5 yards.
And they
Still
did.
third
It'll
down.
cost them 5.
5-yard penalty. Lose the ball.
But in that win over Molina, the Tigers rushed close to 300 yards. They had 296 yards in that 35-34 win. 3rd and 10. Rashawn Daniel to the right of Medina. Strong side right. He rolls right. Looking for a receiver. Medina motions somebody go deep and well overthrown. Intended for Vine, but he was covered closely by Nick Hallman, number 1. And will bring up 4th down.
Going back to that game against Molina, you know, Irving got a break when a long touchdown pass by Molina with less than 2 minutes was called out of bounds. Kind of saved him a little bit there as well. Right now, the offense is struggling, trying to muster something against the Rams.
Roger Bersian in punt formation. Back deep at the 40. Snap is low, gets rid of it. It's a twister, end over end. It is trying to gather it in, and he never got to it. And the Tigers have it.
Yeah, he muffed it, and coming up the pile is Patrick Claros, the sophomore tight end, plays on the special teams. It was that kick, John. It was kind of a reverse tail dragger there and had the reverse spin on it. And the receiver just lost sight of it.
Nick Hallman almost ran into one of his own guys, but then he really never got to it in that backspin. Here you see it.
And when it hit the ground, it pretty much just pushed itself right into the arms of Claros.
So new life for the Tigers as they scrimmage from midfield. Good look at number 8, the junior. Medina, play action, rolls out, is being hounded and thrown down. Ball comes loose. Tigers pick it up. One of the interior linemen, I believe that's Daniel, number 72, that came up with it. And a huge loss, and he's down, is number 72 for the Tigers.
Tigers are so fortunate just to get the ball back. Offensive lineman wants to run, but we know you're not supposed to run.
A 19-yard loss.
Oh, my.
Ball spotted at the 31. So that hole getting a little deeper here after a 19-yard loss. Kyle Sampson goes wide left. Rashawn Daniel And Vine, the 2 setbacks. A long count. Escamilla will give it to Vine. Vine, 35, and spilled at the 37. Gain of about 6. For 13, Jelani Sanchez comes in as a wide receiver.
Is that a play just to, A, keep him honest, or B, just have some real estate so when you have to punt the football, you've got some room to do so?
Well, now a timeout.
Now they're just going to let the
stoppage. They're going to let
the quarter run down. Yeah.
10 seconds, and the first quarter will expire as both teams getting in position for the next play, which will bring up a 3rd and 22. But that is the end of the first quarter. The Rams in the District 7 6A opener leading the Irving Tigers 3-0.
You're going to get this on the screen? Yeah. Maybe?
You're not. You won't.
Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1.
It's the first play of the second quarter. The Irving Tigers now moving right to left, facing a 3rd and 22 from their own 38. Vine breaks it off, now the inside receiver. Medina in the pocket, flush from the pocket, hangs one up. It is intercepted at the 25. 30, across the 40, across midfield, and thrown down hard. Number 30 on the return, Sean Ballard.
Once again, Medina under duress. He really stayed in the pocket quite well, considering the pressure that was all around him. But then when he steps up to throw, it was more like just a punt to center field.
And waiting for it was Ballard, the junior, one of 13 on the varsity roster.
Watch it again. He steps up right there, has a couple of players draped all over him. He was trying to hit Vine, and the safety just pretty much played center field.
From the 46, a swing pass out to the left and a gain of about 5. On the reception, Matt Randall, the junior. 3-0 Berkner on top. Ball spotted at the Irving 42-yard line. Second down and just over 5 needed.
Yeah, Landry came in with 5 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So he did and has made a few mistakes throwing the football.
Out to the left again they go. Couple of yards.
Nicely done by Quintanilla, the defensive back, the junior, playing right up on the line of scrimmage. That's the type of play you have to have defensively to keep these little swing passes in check. If you play soft, they're going to get 3, 4, 5 yards at a time.
Nolan comes out. That ball was caught by Jamal Sane, number 14. Jalen Watson is a running back. Jarvis Sane wide to the right. 3rd and 6. They scrimmage from the Tiger 42. Landry turns, hands it off straight ahead, and a yard at the most. So the Tigers stiffen up.
Yeah, nice call defensively. Jaden Sanders, the linebacker, as soon as they snapped the football, he made a beeline for the running back. So maybe credit the defensive coordinator with that call, and then Sanders, of course, executing the call. But that was one of those situational plays where the defensive call was correct for the play.
It's 4th and 5, lining up as if to go for it at the 41. They need 5 on 4th down. Landry from the spread. Drops back, looking, still looking, hurls it deep. Number 6 is there, gets away, and makes the catch inside the 10.
Man.
Number 6, Jarvis Sane. On 4th and 5, the Berkner Rams convert.
Got a player down for Irving. Don't know if it's more just upset at himself or is that about a 42 or so yard catch. Outstanding catch. because the defensive back was draped all over him.
That was pure one-on-one coverage. I mean, that was good coverage, but a better catch. Cage Williams shaking up, number 21.
Yeah, he's a sophomore that was back there in coverage, and they actually threw a flag against him for pass interference, and yet the catch was still made. I mean, Landry just threw that up there and said, here, you catch it.
A 50-50 ball, per se?
Oh, absolutely.
First and goal from the 8. Jacob Vine with Landry. Thomas Landry rolls, throws towards a corner. It is juggled. Did he have it long enough? He did. Touchdown catch gathered in by Jarvis Sane. Landry to Sane. It is 9-0 Berkner.
That was back-to-back outstanding catches. Landry just put it in the right spot, and Sane made a heck of a catch.
Out of the hold of Jamal Sane. Thomas Saley will try to make it a 10-0 game. It is up and it is good. A minute and 43 seconds gone in the second quarter, and Berkner has extended its lead now to 10-0.
About a 5-play drive, covered 46 yards. And with the aid of a couple of outstanding catches by the Rams, they're now on the board again. Look at that catch right there. You just need 1 foot in bounds. He grabbed it. Outstanding hands by Jarvis. Gives his Rams a 10-0 lead. And pretty much tightens the screws a little bit offensively, I think, for Irving, who have found themselves down by 10 points in an offense that really hasn't gotten on track yet.
The Berkner Rams last year were 2-8, finished 1-6 in the district, and they're fighting a numbers game.
Yeah,
you know, that's going to be a struggle for a while for the new coach, Trey Bryant. Not much depth. They have to really get the numbers overall up at the school. They beat the Tigers last year, 21-10 in Richardson. Had 5 starters returning both offensively and defensively for the 2021 season.
Preparing to kick
And out
off.
to a 10-0 lead here. Tigers going to send Jacob Vine back deep this time, along with Malik Wilkins. So Saley, a little short directional kick up with a fair catch and gathered in at the 39-yard line by Kelvin Escamilla. And that's where the Tigers will operate with 10:17 left in the first half.
And there's the first-year head coach for the Irving Tigers, David Munoz. He was the defensive coordinator for Haltom, a graduate of Sol Ross back in 2005, played football there in college. Brought some guys with him.
He brought 3 coaches with him from Haltom and 1 from Fort Worth Carter Riverside. From the 39, 1st and 10, here's the handoff coming right, and a nice gain of close to 10 yards. Rashawn Daniel just riding out the tackles with him.
That has probably been the best push by the offensive line we've seen in the first half.
So Rashawn Daniel picks up a quick 10 yards. Again, Irving on the year 1-2. The Berkner Rams in search of their first win after 4 losses.
They really moved the pile.
Wilkins now in the backfield, number 31, Malik Wilkins. And Daniel going nowhere. Got a Berkner Ram over the top and 2 back down low. Still trying to pull it loose.
Daniel on the carry.
Stewart, number 7,
Okay.
grabbed him from behind.
No gain as Jacob Vine checks back in, number 3. Also going to insert Giovanni Sanchez, number 13.
Tigers with only 2 first downs here in the first half, and we're closing in on the 9-minute mark before the half. It is homecoming. We'll introduce you to the homecoming queen and her court at the half. the band already performed before the ball game.
The last Friday in September, the third day of fall. Landry on the late pitch, able to get it to Daniel. Daniel inside the 40 and thrown down at the Berkner 35.
Executed well, John.
Got it just in time. Daniel waiting for it
Nick Harmon on the tackle.
and able to move that team a little closer.
All starts with the quarterback. And Medina, captain, got Daniel on the edge, and he gets also a block from his wide receiver right there. He had to wait for that defensive player to commit. And Daniel's a load. Boy, he's coming at you full steam. You're going to feel it.
Vine and Daniel in the backfield. Here is the keeper by Medina, 30, 25, 20. Medina still moving and splattered at the 16.
Adrian Medina on the keeper.
Quick steps and a nice chunk of yardage by the junior. Well, he's back. Daniel's back next year. Malik Wilkins, a sophomore, he's back.
First and 10 from the 16.
They've got 29 seniors this year, 17 juniors, 11 sophomores. Tigers on the prowl here at the 16-yard line. Medina, and there's a hand on. They all kinds of movement near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he went to Vine, and nobody was confused at all on that one. Hunter, number 90.
Second and 9 from the
Chemo, Hunter. Second and 9. Sanchez wide left. One-on-one coverage. Daniel and Vine still in the backfield. It is Daniel straight ahead and able to plow forward for about a couple of yards.
Josh Williams on the tackle.
Well, you're down by 10. If you don't get the first, do you want to put some points on the board?
Third down 6 from the 12.
I'm looking for Bersian, number 17. They're close. They're at the 12. It is third down. They need 6.
One-on-one coverage, top of the screen, one-on-one coverage.
Trailing 10-0. That's Kyle Sampson to the left. Medina rolls out to the left, looking for Sampson. He will keep it to the 10, to the 5, and tackle hard right at the 5-yard line, maybe closer to the 4, which would set up a first and goal.
He got it. He really strung that play out, John. He had a guy open in the middle. He had one of his tight ends or guys just can't see it off screen right. And then he just turns on the afterburner, and that extra spin gives him the yardage needed.
It is first and goal, Irving from the Berkner 4. Medina, here's the toss to Vine. Jacob Vine, and Vine, not much at all. Taken down hard right about the 5-yard line.
1 yard loss.
Those plays that take a while to develop. You've got to have a special athlete in the backfield. You got to have someone with blazing speed, not just speed. You got to put blazing in front of it.
But it also gives the defense more time to adjust and get to the ball carrier.
Absolutely, and string it out a little bit. As you see there, number 45 who helped make the play coming up from the defensive backside, Donovan King. So second down, still plenty of time.
Second and goal from the 5. Vine butted back, marker down.
Like a face mask.
Vine shoved back and definitely
Penalty flag on the
grabbed
play.
Yeah.
on the mask right in the middle of that cage.
He's like, where's the penalty?
Face
Right
back,
there.
90 of the defense. That's the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
They'll get a first out of it, so they get a fresh set of downs. They just don't get a lot of real estate. Yeah, you could see that as soon as he hit the line of scrimmage. One of the Rams grabbed him by the headgear.
As if he were in a turnstile, got shoved around and
He got whiplash.
hard contact. First and goal from the 2. This drive started from their own 39.
So far, 10 plays into the drive.
Medina to Daniel, and Daniel crosses the double stripe, and the Irving Tigers have the touchdown to make it a 10-6 lead.
If you want power, go to Daniel. Daniel's the guy to get it done. Lowers the shoulder and maybe holding that shoulder a little bit as he comes off the field.
Brandon Canizales will attempt the PAT, a junior. It is spotted, and it is blocked. It is stuffed. It is picked up.
Yeah, he was offsides, John.
That was quick, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was too easy. Let's kick that one again, folks. Come back. They're all celebrating, but anytime the blocker is like at the tee, as soon as the holder gets the snap, you know something's wrong. So do you change things? Do you go for two?
Well, that'll place it, well, you know, distance-wise. It'll be spotted
closer. I mean, they scored a touchdown from that distance.
Yeah.
You know, if you use that mindset, I don't think the book says go for two, but I've got to ask.
Well, you know, that can be erased, that book. The lines can be erased.
Sure it can.
In pencil. Brandon Canizales. And it is good, just inside the left upright. It almost brought paint. But the extra point is good, and the Tigers pulled to within 3 with 4:31 left in the half.
Isn't that Brandon's first kick in varsity? So he had a lot on it. Meanwhile, let's go back to that Daniel touchdown run off the left side. Good push by the left side of the offensive line. Has that Palomalo look with the long hair.
So he's a Hall of Famer now.
Yeah, he is. And a shampoo spokesman.
A 61-yard drive. But you're right, Rob. They needed to get points. I mean, that was too good of a drive, aided by some penalties, but they're able to push it through.
You know, the stats aren't impressive after a first half at this point, but hey, it doesn't matter. Hey, ever heard of a forfeited score, 14-0? That's what happened last night. North Garland got a 14-0 win over Garland Centennial because of the old COVID. And Garland Centennial had to forfeit, so they were given the score, North Garland, 14-0.
History made every week, isn't it? Something comes up.
You never know.
Kick is short. It's a loose ball. It is free. It is scooped up by Davis. Davis close to the 35. Dwight Davis. He and Donovan Taylor were back deep, but Davis had to come up and get it. And that's where the Berkner Rams start.
If you're going to kick the ball short, that's what I like to see, like a no man's land, so the ball bounces around a little bit. You got to remember, the Irving Tigers series started at their own 39 because the Rams didn't want to kick deep. They did a pooch kick. And so Irving had pretty good field position to work with. As you take a look at Coach Bryant in his first season at Berkner.
Jamari Williams now in the backfield with Thomas Landry. 1st and 10 from the 34. The move man is Jarvis Sane. And hold everything as
maybe a timeout. Yep.
I believe they got it in time, did they? Yeah.
Yep.
Berkner taking its first timeout with 4:22 left in the half.
Well, John, some familiar faces as some of the top offensive teams in the Metroplex. Both Rockwall programs, Rockwall Heath and Rockwall, are 1-2 in 6A in the Metroplex in total offensive numbers. Both of them with over 2,100 yards total after the first few weeks of high school football, followed by Saxe, Garland, and then the only team in this district, Lake Highlands. They are 6th in the Metroplex in total offense with just a few yards over 1,900. Louisville is next. We had the Fighting Farmers before, so it's a lot of yardage.
Off the helmet, intended out in the right flat for Jamal Sane. That following the timeout. Good coverage by the Tigers. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Also stops the clock.
You know, Rockwall, one of those, well, it's still booming. A booming community just east of Dallas.
There's the replay, and right off the noggin.
Both Heath and Rockwell have big numbers. Landry empties the backfield. Wide open across the middle is Sane. Jamal Sane, 35-30. Sane trying to outrace the defenders, and he has.
65 yards, wide open down the middle, and used his speed to exploit the Tigers secondary.
Jamal Sane finds the end zone. Landry with his 2nd touchdown pass here in the first half. It is 16-7.
So both the Sane brothers making some noise with the receiving capabilities.
Jarvis and Jamal. They're a man short, and they'll fill that up quickly. 5 seconds to get the extra point off. There is a clock. Extra point is good, and with 4:05 to go in the first half, it is now a Berkner lead of 17-7.
Well, it started with a great route run by Jamal Sane. Watch it here in the middle of your screen. Look at him right there. No one is there. Could have been a breakdown in coverage. And then he thought perhaps here they would run him out of bounds inside the 10, but he gets just enough of a block from a teammate to get the final 10 steps untouched. And touchdown by Jamal, 65 yards in all. For Jamal, that is his first touchdown of the season. His brother had one coming in, but he already had one tonight. So starts with plenty of time. You saw the quarterback Landry, one missed tackle, and then after that it was just the speed of Jamal Sane. And that one little block by Randall, number 5, or was that number 6, his brother Jarvis Sane? One of the two just had their arms out just enough to slow down the DB and enable the receiver to cross the goal line. Oh, that's got to hurt the Tigers after coming back and cutting it down to 3 points to give up a big play like that, John.
That touchdown coming 6 minutes apart from the last Landry touchdown toss. Kickoff is bobbled by Vine, recovers at the 3. Looking for some running room. He has it 20, 25, 30. Jacob Vine crossing the 35, and a nice return out to the 37. A 34-yard return. Under 4 minutes to go, and see if the Tigers can do something scoring-wise.
How many times have you seen that, John, where the receiver bobbles it a little bit, and it just does something to the guys on the return team or the guys trying to tackle him on the special teams? And right about here, he decides that instead of using the corner to cut it up, and he got some nice yards.
A scrimmage from their own 37. They have all of their timeouts. Here's the draw play. Vine, and in the backfield quickly, and perhaps a half a yard loss. They just shot through the offensive line and able to get to Vine. It is a yard loss. 2nd and 11. Stewart there.
Irving with all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time on the clock. The way this first half has gone, they hopefully will score with no time on the clock to go into the half.
We're on the 36. 2nd and 11. Medina caught in traffic at the 40, and Vine crosses the 45 and should have a first down to the 48. Nice catch. Reeled in by Jacob Vine, the senior.
Delayed after the snap and then found a seam underneath the coverage.
From the 48, Medina pumps once. He will keep it, and Medina trying to get to the outside is bumped to the outside and thrown down, no gain.
Jalen Clay, number 11, credited with the sack.
Aaron Wynn also there, number 24. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Again, no need to hurry.
And to the feet of Escamilla. Jeremiah Johnson had come on as a running back, number 25. 2:32 left. It's 3rd and 10. Plenty of time. Play clock with 12. They're going to keep Johnson in the backfield behind Medina. He drops back. Pressure from the outside. Medina throws deep and intended for number 6, but out of the reach of Escamilla. Well, that stops the clock for Berkner. It is now 4th and long with 2:27 left.
Medina coming off the field, slapping his helmet 2 or 3 times, upset that he couldn't connect, had a guy there. He has had to throw under pressure quite often here in the first half, though.
Roger Bassian in punt formation. Rams have no one back deep. They may send the house here.
I think they're willing just to give up the kick and not allow Irving a first down.
Here they come. He gets rid of it. Nobody back deep. It's very high. It hits at the 13. Continues to roll inside the 5. And did he get to it in time? He did not. It'll come out to the 20. Almost down to inside the 5, but that's where the Rams start.
Referee Terry Mayfield not wanting to throw the flag as the punter got hit. A few of the Irving coaches pointing that out, but I believe he was blocked into the punter. Here's the isolation of the kicker. See right there. Good job by the punter to take the fall, by the way.
Anthony Harris providing the blocking for the Tigers.
And Dwight Davis running into the kicker, but nothing called.
Thomas Landry. He lost it, picks it up. It is still loose, rolls over inside the 10. Got to take a timeout here. Well, loss inside the 10. Clock moving inside of 2 minutes.
They were trying to throw that ball, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Does that surprise you?
Well,
Surprises me a little bit.
A little bit that deep, but Rob, time continues to roll off. They can take it down to about 1:30. 2nd and 19 from the 10.
Now call time if you're Irving.
Running play and not much at all. Well diagnosed. Number 22 in the mix, Shahid Anaya. Clock still rolling. And now a timeout taken.
Dive left. We've seen this quite often where the linebackers come off the edge, just like on that play.
Untouched.
Yeah. And it's away from the ball. Sometimes it's designed to let that guy go if you're running away from his corner, but the play didn't develop fast enough for the Rams, and the Tigers took advantage of it.
But a lot of time taken off of the clock. Tigers used their first timeout with 1:24 to go in the half as the Rams face a double deuce, 3rd and 22.
Yeah, you're right, John. A lot of time did go off before they stopped the clock. So big play here, 3rd down. They might get good field position out of this.
They need to get to the 30. As they have players spread out all over the place here on 3rd and basically the field.
You would expect Landry to hand off.
He does, over the left side. And out to the 12. Not much at all. That's number 3, Jalen Watson.
All right, so they'll get the ball back with, what, about 1:05, according to what kind of return they get.
We're going to send Jacob Vine back deep. And Berkner, that quite sure is now they regather on this 4th and long play. 17-7, Rams on top. Took an early 3-0 lead and had a couple of touchdown passes in the second quarter.
This is where you have to decide as a special team coach or the head coach for Irving, who you see there in the middle, Coach Munoz. You have to decide, okay, are we going after the block or are we going after the return? The block, of course, would set you up really well. But, you know, then you have that, well, if I don't block it and I run into the kicker, then, it doesn't do us any good.
More
it's one of those
questions
gambles.
than answers,
Yeah,
huh?
we'll find out here in about 10 seconds or so.
Jamal Sane, 5 yards deep in the end zone. Jacob Vine standing at the 45 for the Tigers. Sane, a running punt. Vine gathers it in at his 46.
He's got some room in
comes
the
near
left.
way 40. Vine 35. And out of bounds hard through the bench, through the teammates at about the 33. So that's where the Tigers have it with 1:07 left in the half.
Okay. So they're in good field position at the, 33. They have one timeout at their disposal. 1:07 to go. They're not in bad shape, John. Really.
Yeah, 34-yard line, almost a short field, close to the red zone. Better than they probably thought.
You don't have to throw on first down. Now, if Berkner plays tight, maybe so. They just play one safety deep, one over the top, and that's it.
Medina rolls out, looking, hurls it deep, and it was more towards the middle. Had double coverage on number 13 in the corner, Sanchez.
Tough night for Medina through the air. He's only completed 2 passes and has also thrown one interception.
From the Berkner 34, 2nd and 10. Giovanni Sanchez again wide right.
How about a little Daniel up the middle?
Sampson to the left. Medina looking, throws, it's too high, intended at the 24-yard line for Sanchez, who was running a post pattern. And will bring up 3rd and 10.
Well, for Adrian, the junior quarterback, he's got to settle down. I think he needs to complete a pass. The last couple of passes, he's been mad at himself and upset at himself, and he needs just to have a short memory and forget those things.
Need to get it into the hands of Sampson, who has good speed, wide left, number 9. Bump coverage for the Berkner Rams are looking towards that way as Medina gets out of one, scrambling, turns it back 30, 25, and loses a football. It's recovered at about the 18-yard line. The Tigers get it back. Isaac Rodriguez able to hold on to it. All of that, the fumble and the first down.
Yeah, they recovered. I mean, it was a live ball. It could have been anyone's. Still plenty of time with 38 seconds to go.
At the 17, and no doubt about it, number 4 in the backfield before the snap, Dwight Davis. He was shot out of the starting blocks and couldn't hold up.
Offside on the defense, number 4, 5 yards.
35 seconds remaining in the half. 5-yard march off against the Rams.
And traditionally, John, in that situation, it's usually the offense that's not set. But Medina does a lot of damage with his feet. He was able to avoid a player out there. Very patient in his move back toward the center. Loses a football, got to hang on to that. But luckily his teammate was there to cover the fumble.
Ball is at the 12. And hold everything as
we have some clock issues.
Terry Mayfield looking up towards the press box. It's 1st and 5. It's at the 12. Jesus Lazo out over the ball. There's a look from the other goal line. And Medina. Option. He will keep it. Medina still has it. Inside the 5, taken down hard at that point by a couple of Rams. Clock moving. They have a timeout left, 23 seconds.
First and goal from the 5.
They reset it
Don't forget, one timeout.
at about the 5. 17 seconds, clock moving. Handoff, it's Vine trying to go to the outside. He does. Vine knocked out of bounds at the 2. Right at the 00 mark. All zeros showing on the clock. And the first half will end on a Jacob Vine run
Well, hold on.
out to the left. But
Hold on. They're saying there's 2 seconds left.
Mayfield now readjusting things, and they're going to put 2 seconds indeed on the clock. It had shown all zeros,
Yeah.
but by the time Vine hit the sideline area, we assume there was still time remaining. So Mayfield in discussion with the rest of his officiating crew. Across the way, Coach Bryant looking on, hoping there are all zeros.
No, it's not going to happen. There's going to be 2 seconds left, and the Tigers are going to go for the field goal to try to cut this to a 7-point game.
Got to get points here if there is indeed 2 seconds left. There's the O-line. And Berkner brings on the defense. Well, I do not see
No kicker.
any kicker. All right, 2
Roll
seconds
the dice.
left. Spotted
Second
at
down.
the 3-yard
Goal
line.
from the 3.
Second and goal from the 3. Tigers trying to get some points, and they're not quite sure as one of the offensive linemen now comes over. That's Lazo. He's the center. Pretty important. So Medina waiting the snap. 17-7, Berkner on top. Here's a handoff, Daniel, and Daniel denied the end zone, and the Berkner Rams have held, and that is how the first half ends on a Rashawn Daniel run up the middle. And the Berkner Rams in this district opener for both teams lead at halftime. Our ICTN Game of the Week, Berkner leading Irving 17-7.
It's halftime, 2021. Irving Tigers down by 10. It is homecoming, folks. A great time for all the seniors and even the underclassmen. And now we'll introduce you to this year's homecoming queen and her court. Let's go down to the field.
Welcome to the 2022 Irving High School Homecoming Halftime Activities. This is Irving High's 83rd annual homecoming. We are continuing a 113-year-old tradition of school spirit and loyalty during our halftime program. Our student council chose for this week's homecoming activities a fun and upbeat theme to celebrate returning to school after being apart due to our current health conditions. The theme that was chosen was Carnival. Let the good times roll. Students have participated this week in dress-up themed days such as Senior Citizen, Moving Characters, Squad, and Western Days. All of our classes have come together to help decorate the school hallways and to help spread the theme of letting the good times roll. Homecoming festivities have also included the lighting of the eye and a parade which was held yesterday. Our Grand Marshal was Irving High School's very own principal, Mr. Jeffrey Dorman. Our homecoming dance is scheduled for tomorrow night from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. at Irving High School. Tickets may be purchased at the door for $35 each. And now, let's turn our attention to the highlight of our homecoming. As in the past years, the most glamorous part of homecoming is the presentation of the court and the crowning of the homecoming queen. This year, it will also include the crowning of the homecoming king. Every year, the students of Irving High School elect a queen and king of the homecoming event. Each class has chosen a prince and princess to represent their class in the Queen's Court. And now, Irving High School proudly presents to you their selections for Homecoming Court. We proudly present the 2022 Homecoming Court. Representing the freshman class, Princess Alicia Tejeda. Alicia is the daughter of Nancy Llanes. She is escorted by her mom, Nancy Llanes, and sister, Michelle Tejeda. After high school, she plans to go to college. Next, we have Prince Nathan Umana. Nathan is the son of Dianora Hernandez. He is escorted by his mom and his grandmother. After high school, he plans on playing Division I football. Princess Alejandra Garcia. Alejandra is the daughter of Maria Adrande. She is escorted tonight by Jennifer Foss. After high school, she plans to attend Dallas College. Prince is AJ McPeters. AJ is the son of John McPeters. He is escorted by his friends Orlando Espinosa and Juan Azire. After high school, he plans on playing college basketball and going pro. Representing the sophomore class, Princess Abigail Romero. She is the daughter of Rosabelle and Milton Romero. She is escorted by her parents. After high school, she plans to attend college. Prince Fernando Estrada. He is the son of Yasmin Estrada and Faldel Estrada. He is escorted by his sister Vanessa Estrada. After high school, he plans to start his own business and become a professional boxer. Princess Anaí Cardenas. She is the daughter of Priscilla Castillo and Gabriel Cardenas. She is escorted tonight by her father, Mr. Cardenas. After high school, she plans to go to college and become a coach or a teacher. Patrick Carlos is our prince. He is the son of Helen Claros and Jose Claros. He is escorted by his parents. After high school, he plans to attend college and start his own business. Representing the junior class is Princess Michelle Lozano. Michelle is the daughter of Maria Lozano and Jesus Lozano. She is escorted by her parents. After high school, she plans on attending university and pursuing a nursing degree. We also have Prince Kenneth Flores, who is the son of Jose Flores and Angelica Ramirez. He is escorted by Angelica Ramirez and Christopher Flores. After high school graduation, he plans to attend Texas A&M to study veterinarian science. Princess Diana Garcia. She is the daughter of Elida Escobar. She is escorted by her mom and little sister. After high school, she plans to attend UTA and become a dentist. Representing the senior class are Queen and King nominees. Queen nominee, Naomi de la Torre. She is the daughter of Laura de la Torre and Elido Martinez. Naomi is escorted by Natalia Campos and Ruth Ciaz. Naomi is involved with our MJ ROTC program where she serves as the Tiger Executive Officer. She also plays on the tennis team. After high school, she plans to attend college and become a cardiac nurse. Queen nominee, Nayelis Friario. She is the daughter of Neldy and Angelica Friario. She is escorted by her parents this evening. Nayelis is involved with the National Honor Society, band, softball, and cheer. After high school, she plans to study psychology in college and have a medical career. King nominee, Damien Madrigal. Damien is the son of George Madrigal and Rocio Murillo. He is escorted by his dad and his sisters. King nominee, Miguel Villanueva. Miguel is the son of George Madrigal and Rocio Murillo. He is escorted tonight by his family. King nominee, Jaden Goins. Jaden is the son of Valera Daniels and is being escorted by her this evening. Jaden is involved in student council, band, NHS, DECA, AVID, Interactive Club, National Technical Honor Society, tennis, and top 7% of his class. After high school, he plans to attend either Texas A&M or UT Texas Austin to study business. And now, we will crown your 2022 Homecoming King. The 2022 Irving High School Homecoming King is Jaden Goins. Congratulations, Jaden. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for. The 2022 Homecoming Queen is Ms. Nayelis Friario. The Queen's Bouquet is presented to her by Mr. Jeffrey Dorman, Principal at Irving High School. Our 2021 Homecoming Queen, Madison Alvarado, will now crown the 2022 Queen. Congratulations to all the members of the Homecoming Court, and especially to our very own Irving High School's King and Queen.
Well, there you have it. This year's Homecoming Queen is Nayeli Fierro of the Irving Tigers 2021. Congratulations to everyone that participated this year. All right, let's start with the highlights, and we've got plenty in the first half, and we'll pick things up with Berkner, first of all, trying to be on the move, and then the Irving Tigers, they try to go on the move, and Adrian Medina has it picked off by Sean Ballard. This is already after it's a 3-0 lead by Berkner after a 19-yard field goal. And then Berkner takes advantage of that because after the turnover, it's Landry going deep to Jarvis Sign. Look at this. It was actually defensive pass interference, and yet Jarvis makes the catch. Outstanding. And then they're going to go to him again. Look at this in the corner. Perfect pass and a perfect catch. Extra point was good, and that made it 10-0 in favor of the Rams. The Irving Tigers come back. They do a lot of that on the leg work of Daniel. Nice option play there as Medina waited for the last seconds before he handed off. This time Medina keeps for plus yardage and a first down. This is a 10-play drive. It covered 61 yards in all, and it was Daniels that punches it home. And it was a 10-7 ball game. They were keeping it close. But then the Rams come back, and look at this pretty play right across the middle. It's Jamal Sign right across. He goes the distance, gets a good block there toward the end. Extra point is good, and it made it 17-7, and that's where we stand right now at the break. Look at the halftime statistics, and it pretty much bears the score. Both teams even in first downs, and it's really not a passing game, although for the Rams, those that they connected on were big plays and made a difference. And so just 26 yards passing for the Tigers. On the other hand, 122 yards passing for the Rams. They didn't rush a lot. Tigers, they were successful a time or two, but you got to remember a couple of times the quarterback lost 10, 15 yards, and that goes against your rushing stats. Overall, 153 for the Rams, 107 for the Tigers. They turned it over twice. The penalties about even. So in the first half, the story, the fact the Rams could score, and the Tigers, when they had the opportunity right toward the end of the second quarter, they weren't able to do so. Will that come back to haunt them? Well, we'll find out on this homecoming night when we come back for the third and fourth quarters. Stay with us. (17-7) at the break. The Rams on top. The Tigers will have to kick off. And so that means the Rams with a 10-point lead will get the football first. And with the call, here's John Nelson.
All right, Rob, the Tigers trailing by 10 had a chance to maybe cut into that lead, but were held at the 4-yard line. Number 17, Roger Bassian has it teed up. Donovan Taylor, one of two men back deep, and joined by Dwight Davis. Backing up and feeling it at the goal line. And coming out 10-15. Number 9 is sideswiped at about the 19-yard line. That's Donovan Taylor. And Taylor on the return of 19 yards.
Good pursuit that time by the Tigers to kick things off here in the second half. And, you know, a little pressure on that D. They need to get the ball back for the offense, and we'll see what kind of adjustments, if any, the Tigers have made offensively to change things up. But by and large, this Berkner Ram team is a run team. They'll throw, I think, sometimes as an afterthought, although, gosh, the passes they've completed have really been daggers in the hearts of the Tigers in the first half.
I'm going to say he made the 22, so the drive starts from the 22 on the sweep. This is Sane. Sane crosses the 25, crosses a 30, and the first play of the second half is a sweep to number 14, Jamal Sane, the senior. Gains close to 9. Second and short from the 31. 2 touchdown passes by Landry in the first half. Goes up top, swings it out to the left, and a little short, may have lost his footing. On the reception, number 5, Matt Randall.
It's the turf tackler.
The turf monster there on the far side. No gain at all. He comes out, and Nehemiah Nolan comes in, number 2.
That could turn into a pretty good break here in the first series for the Tigers if they hold him here.
Number 6, Jarvis Sane, wide right. There's a look at Thomas Landry. Here is the give up the middle, running room, and he may take it all away. 35-30, adios. Close to 69 yards on the touchdown run. Untouched, number 21, Omarion Barnes, the senior.
67 yards like that, but let's hold everything, folks. Behind the play.
Is there laundry?
Yes, there is. Behind the play, during the run, there were a couple of Berkner Rams just attacking one of the Irving Tigers defensive players. I believe it was Anthony Harris, number 11, that got tangled up with a couple of Berkner Ram offensive players who just kept pounding him, and not with their fist or anything, but just kept blocking him, and he was like, and the ref was right there. The referee was there, not the line judge or the back judge, but Mayfield was there, the referee, head referee, and he throws the flag.
You're saying clear cut, hands down.
Yeah, so now, you know, they're going to discuss it and say, well, we're going to give them the touchdown perhaps, and then add the 15 yards after the fact. That's probably what's going to happen.
Here's a call.
After the play, we have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on number 2 of the offense. We're going to penalize it on the kickoff. The touchdown is good.
So indeed, they give them the touchdown. They'll have to kick 15 yards further back after the try for the extra point, and the 67-yard touchdown will stand.
Well, just a minute and 11 seconds into the second half. The Rams strike deep. Thomas Say on the PAT attempt. It is 23-7 Berkner, waiting for the referee and the officials to come over to head coach David Munoz. So that'll be assessed after the extra point attempt. Boy, Rob, this team looks hungry tonight, don't they?
Here's my question, though, and I'm sure Coach Munoz has the same question to the referee, is that, okay, if it's after the fact, meaning it would have to be after he crossed the goal line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not during the play. It was happening during the play. I was watching it. And I'm sure that's his argument. If you're going to call it, it happened during, not post.
So it should have been thrown and marked at around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they should have moved him back to the 25 if that's actually the way you call it. But they called it post possession.
Thomas Saley out of the hole. It is up and it is good inside the right upright. Nice hole by Jamal Sane. And the Berkner Rams now make it a 24-7 game early in the third.
Oh, what a deep hole these Tigers have dug. It's just a basic handoff left side. Look at all the room. Once it gets past that one line of defense, Barnes' history. This is the first rush I have for the young man tonight, and it's 67 yards. A nice hole between the guard and tackle on the left side. Good burst of speed. Past the linebackers, and then it's Katie Barther.
78 yards on the drive. It was a short one. Minute and 11 seconds it took. And another look at another side of number 21, Omarion Barnes up top.
See, the Tigers, they had a bad angle on that. Emmanuel Williams, defensive back who came up, he was sheltered off, and he had a bad angle, and Barnes was already past him by the time he realized where he was at. A little dance, a little celebration, a little fun. Life is good. Remember, these guys haven't won a game all year.
Look at them over. They look so hungry. I said after an 0-4 start, district opener. We said it last night, Rob. This game tonight, you're positioning yourself for the playoffs. The playoff picture starts tonight for both teams trying to get one of those 4 spots.
Yeah, and if you look at the standing, it's Lake Highlands. It's going to be Lake Highlands.
Yeah.
But a good win by Nimitz, that puts them in first. And Berkner, if they win, will go to 1-1. They'll still be one game behind, but they're in a must-win situation already for them, second game deep into the district.
It is short, headed out of bounds, makes a left-hand turn and goes out of bounds at the 39. 24-7, Berkner came in averaging 19 points a game through 4 games. Irving defense allowing 32 through 3 games this year in non-district play. But these are the games that matter.
Well, if it went out of bounds, don't they have to mark it another 5?
They have, starting from the 40 where it went out, so the 5-yard march off would place it, and it does, at the 48. Well, you're giving up a lot of yardage and a pretty good start. Or not the 48, the 43.
Hey, they would take the 48, trust me.
1st and 10, Irving trailing 24-7. A scrimmage from the 43. Well, that one shut quick down and a yard loss. Runs into the Berkner team picture.
Ran into the dance line.
Loss of 2.
This doesn't bode well for the Tigers, who can run the football fairly well, as we've seen in the first half, whether it's a quick hitter up the middle or the option or the quarterback keeping, but the passing has really been a sore spot. He hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. He's only completed 2 passes tonight.
From the 41, 2nd and 12. Adrian Medina, he will turn, he will hand it off, looking for some running room and maybe a couple of yards gouged out. And right now, Rob, you can tell body language. That says a lot. That huge drive to open up the second half by the Berkner Rams. Williams, one of their best players from last year. He had a 10-tackle game in the opening game of the year for the Berkner Rams.
That's a busy linebacker.
That got it back to the original line of scrimmage. It is 3rd and 10. Sean Daniel behind Medina on 3rd and long. 2 receivers to this side. Rolls to the near side. Medina throws on the run, a little bit too tall, intended for Kyle Sampson, who tried to climb the ladder but came up about 3 rungs short.
He didn't see him. He also had Vine about 4 or 5 yards deeper behind the secondary. That ball has just gotten away from him tonight.
Nick Hallman drops back deep for Berkner. In punt formation, Roger Bersian. Drive started at the 43, ends at the 43. It skips to the punter, Bersian, able to get rid of it. It's at the 21, takes a favorable Irving Tiger roll to the 16-yard line, and that is where it is downed.
It was a good pickup by the punter. That was a low snap.
Well, he's had to field a couple of low snaps and one high.
Did you notice what the coach did that time? As soon as the punt was made, he pretty much told his entire return team, go to the sideline. Just head to the sideline. Don't even block anybody. Don't touch anybody. Just go to the sideline.
No contact at all.
No.
Jamari Williams in the backfield. Thomas Landry, he will throw out to the near side. It is caught. 16, couple of more yards and a late flag as the receiver dropped at the 17-yard line, Jamal Seen.
Usually that's a hold on the offense. Maybe a wide receiver trying to hold one of the DBs making a play.
Henry Flores comes on defensively for Irving.
They're going to wave this off.
Disregard the flag, no penalty, the play stands.
Don't forget you can catch all the action on YouTube. Games from this year and games past, youtube.com/the City of Irving.
2nd down, 8 for Berkner. They scrimmage from the 17. Thomas Landry gets a knee-high snap, has time, surveys the secondary, throws one very, very high. It is intended and caught for number 14. That's Sane. Sane trying to twist free. He does. Sane to the 25.
How do they do that?
Boy, it is served high and like a center fielder, Sane waiting for it. Caught it, turned it upfield for an extra 12 yards.
He's had
1st and 10 at the 25.
a huge night. 65, that was about 55.
Well, the Rams just taking control here in the early stages of the 3rd quarter.
He has 134 yards receiving tonight on 4 catches, John. The quarterback, Landry, just throws it up. In the DB, he had good position. He just lost it.
You got to tackle low. You got to take his knees off. You know, you can't get anything tackling up high. From the 22, 2nd down, 7.
I think that was Escamilla who had good coverage, but then he lost it. Overran it.
In motion is Sane. Landry throwing towards the end zone over the shoulder, but a little bit too tall, intended for Jarvis Sane.
John, are you surprised the amount of passing the Rams have done this series? I thought with a 17-point lead, they might just stick it to the ground and try to grind out some time and make it tough for Irving to come back, but they've gone to the air almost consecutive plays.
Especially to Barnes, trying to get him in the mix. Granados, George Granados, wide right, and a timeout taken here at the 7:47 mark, taken by Berkner.
Some of the leading quarterbacks in the district. Sergio Perez out of Garland. He has one of the top percentages in the Metroplex, and we talked about Rockwall, how they are such a high-powered offense. Heath and Rockwall, number 2, number 4, respectively, in quarterbacks. Over 1,200 yards passing between the two. Then you got Jacob Wilson out of Trophy Club. They got their hands full tonight. They've got to play South Lake Carroll. Flower Mound, Nick Evers, part of the group. And who would think that in the top 10 would be Caden Anderson of South Lake Carroll, because they had that stud that was supposed to be playing this year and decided not to play his senior season, so he can go ahead and go to Ohio State.
And he's there as the 4th string quarterback. Will he take a snap at all this year? Probably not. 3rd and 7 from the 22. Landry, here's a middle screen. Caught in traffic by Williams. Williams takes it to about the 17.
Landry's pass
Got another flag.
Jeremy Williams. There are flags on the play.
Away from the play, Irving's reacting like it's against the Rams. And it is.
You know, we haven't had any Thomas Landry references. You know, he's a legacy. Name-wise, he's a legacy.
We've let it go, haven't we?
Penalty yardage, that'll place it at the 32. They've got to get to the 15.
Tony Ayers caught and penalized.
3rd and close to 18 yards needed.
Berkner and Lake Highlands started the district season last week. Berkner not even able to score a point against Lake Highlands. By far head and shoulders, I think, talent-wise in this district.
Here's Landry. Good protection. Hurling one deep. Nobody home. Overthrows everybody. The receiver broke off the route at about the 15. That quarterback you were thinking of, Quinn Ewers at South Lake. That's
Yes,
now
sir.
a Buckeye.
Well, it's not like the Rams don't like to pass. Landry attempted over 100 passes in 4 games. So what, 25 passes a game?
Yeah.
So that's a lot by most team standards. And he's attempted 14 already in this ball game. So it's not unusual for Coach Bryant to have his guys out there tossing the pigskin around.
Jamari Williams stays in the backfield. You have Jamal Sain as a slot back, but another stoppage of play. 7:13 left. Another timeout taken, or delay a game rather, and the stoppage. So that'll scoot him back to the 37. It'll be 4th and 23.
Games left for Berkner. They've got a couple of rivalries back-to-back. Richardson Pierce and Richardson High, Jesuit, and then they have the 2 Irving schools left, MacArthur and Nimitz, to finish out the season.
Trying to give the punter a little more room, scooting back deep. For Irving, Emmanuel Williams, number 5. Straight up, straight down, has a little backspin, and down at the Irving 20-yard line. So Berkner's second possession results in a punt. Tigers about to touch it for the second time in the 3rd quarter. You mentioned the quarterbacks. You know I have no life. A couple of weeks ago, I go to a South Lake Carroll Arlington Martin JV game.
Oh, my goodness.
Why? I don't know. Anyway.
You know, you had me till you said JV.
South Lake, they've got a 6'2" sophomore quarterback. He's got a gun. I mean, it is quarterback country at Carroll High School.
Well, look, you got Dodge there.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, people just move there to play, right? Don't you think?
That is that is the MO. Straight ahead over right guard, Rashawn Daniel. Daniel collects 3. Catch-up mode in a hurry. Every down important for the Tigers if they want to get back into this one. Halfway through the third quarter now.
Hey, look, Allen's human. They've lost one game this year. Feel sorry for the new coach, Morris. Takes over like his second game he loses. He's like, oh my God, they're going to run me out of town.
Trinity's loaded. Trojans once again from the 23. Play action. And couldn't keep his footing. Medina goes down at the 14. May have hit hard on the right wrist.
Yeah, we'll see what happens at the end of this and if they bring someone else in. He fakes, kind of block into him, and yeah, like it's more of his elbow.
Yeah, trying to brace himself. And
it was the elbow that he's holding. Look, he's squeezing that right hand, his throwing hand.
3rd and 16. We see Frederick Webb, sophomore, number 16. Frederick Webb. And Berkner able to put the clamps again on a Tiger running play. It'll bring up 4th down. So a couple of punts for Irving in their first 2 possessions of the second half.
So Medina's okay. Yeah, he's favoring that right hand on the sideline.
We've got Mack and Nimitz next week on ICTN, and in a couple of weeks we'll see the same Irving squad against Nimitz.
Should be a good game next week against Nimitz and Mack.
Nick Hallman back deep for the Berkner Rams. It hits near midfield and will come to a halt at the 45.
There he is there, Medina on the sideline, stretching that hand a little bit. It changes the entire offensive complexity and what they can do offensively without him out there. I mean, even if he can fake like, I'm okay, they still have to respect everything else with him out there. But nothing against a sophomore, but I don't think he's got a lot of experience on this level yet to run that offense.
What do you think about a handoff to Jalen Watson, number 3?
Why not?
It is Watson towards the center of the line, able to burst forward and gain 3 yards. Irving's only scored tonight, a 2-yard run by Rashawn Daniel late in the second quarter.
They've used Watson a lot in the second half or in the later stages of the ball game.
In search of win number 1 this year. In motion is Jamal Sane. Sane on the jet sweep, and Sane runs out of bounds at about the 40.
Okay, you know, it's getting late, I've got to say it, but that 65-yard touchdown was insane.
In capital letters.
Yes.
Man, that's the game changer.
Absolutely. Irving scores. They get within 3.
3rd and 5. Landry to the other side, has the first down, hauled in nicely on the far side. Not many catches tonight for Taylor. But able to get that one, a 6-yard pass and run.
Yeah, the thing is, he came in with 10 catches over 100 yards. He was averaging about 11 yards a catch.
And a fresh set of downs at the Tiger 34. Straight ahead. And bent back after maybe a yard gain.
It's a nice tackle, well done, form tackle by Anaya, the linebacker, number 22. He's been all over the field tonight.
Yard pickup.
You think of this Berkner team not winning a ball game, yet they've got on their team, they've got 4 receivers with over 100 yards coming in.
Landry in the middle, 5, 10, 11 yards, and another first down. Nice quick low pass. Number 18 on the receiving end, Nick Tigner. Tigner's first catch.
We may be seeing a lot of guys that we haven't seen for the Rams.
Two receivers to the near side. This one a dangerous pass, either behind the line or could have been picked off. Bounced around and slow to get up. Number 9, Donovan Taylor. Placed at the 24-yard line.
Show you what John was talking about right here, that quick outplay, almost picked off by Irving. And that was read very well by the corner.
2nd and 10, back to play towards the end zone, wide open, caught, touchdown. Number 14, Jamal Sane, and the 3rd touchdown pass tonight from Thomas Landry.
Jamal has had a great night, hasn't he? A 79-yard, 67 yards, and he's had a 79-yard catch and a 50-something yard catch, and now that catch.
Ups the ante to 30-7. 99, Thomas Saley. It is spotted, it is up, and it is perfect. Another successful extra point as it goes now to 31-7.
Well, Berkner really just taking out the season-long frustrations, I think, here offensively. This is just right down the middle, a beautiful pitch and catch. Landry to Jamal Sane, another touchdown. This young man came in with 1 touchdown. He's caught a couple tonight. And he's close to 300 yards or more on the season receiving yards.
Well, they have just opened up a can of whoop here in the 3rd.
You know, like that other one, this one is like right in the middle, right in the seam. You notice both the safeties, they had gone to the corners, and that left the middle wide open. There was no one to cover Jamal. And we'll do another little dance.
Berkner in command. They led it at the break 17-7. Trying to spoil the Irving homecoming tonight on this 24th of September. 2 men back deep for the Tigers. Whether they get it or not's another question. Wilkins to the near side. And one of them's going to get it. Vine camps under it at the 9. Jacob Vine, 15. Goes to the other side. Crosses the 25. And is down at that point, so Irving starting at its own 25. They have started from the 43, the 20, and now their own 25 in the second half.
Medina will try to make a go of it. We saw him throw the football on the sidelines trying to gauge just what type of pain he has to deal with. And it was all just trying to brace himself, at least that's what we saw, when he was flush from the pocket.
Offensive line is set. Here's a handoff straight ahead, and the door closes at the 26.
Well, the front of the Rams are starting to realize, hey, this is what the bread and butter and what they can do well is run the football right up the middle. But what a night by Chemo Hunter, the senior, number 90, has plugged the hole quite well as Jet Harrington, the junior defensive lineman. The front three, pretty admirable job after kind of a shaky, rocky start for them defensively in the first quarter. But then they seem to, with the help of the offense, turn things around.
2nd down, 8 at the 27. Handoff, Vine. Jacob Vine cut down at the 30. It'll be 3rd and a nickel. 2:37 left here in the 3rd. That Berkner drive was a short one, a 45-yard drive. 3 touchdown passes tonight from Thomas Landry. Landry always like the pass, didn't he?
No, he did not.
3rd and 5 from the 30. Medina is hounded and grounded. Grounded hard over the top. Big number 90, Chemo Hunter.
Just talking about big O number 90, weren't we?
See his number again. So another punting situation for the Tigers. Dropping back deep, Nick Hallman near midfield.
Coach Munoz looking on. The thing about Berkner, they run the 3-4, but you never know who that fourth guy is they're going to rush. So the offensive line has to be in step with staying in their lanes and who has the guy to block.
Berkner, a skyscraper. And this one goes out of bounds near midfield, but the angle going to be marked off close to the 45. That's only a 26-yard punt.
That last play going back to Medina. Again, you have 3 defensive linemen down, but you look up, and when he was trying to get rid of the football, there were 5 Rams in the backfield. So besides the 3 down linemen, you don't know what 2 of the 4 linebackers are going to rush. And if everyone doesn't stay in their lane, as far as the offensive lineman's concerned, if you go to help somebody else, that leaves a gap open for someone.
From the Irving 45, 1st and 10. Over the left side and able to squeeze out a couple of yards. Underneath number 22, Amaya, the senior. Going to give him a yard, 2nd down, 9. Handoff, number 21, hit hard in the backfield, able to keep going forward. Amarian Barnes. Tough running ahead, maybe a yard at the most.
Canario, number 7, one of those young sophomores out there.
Barnes now comes out.
Made the play defensively. They can almost, they've got to snap the ball. There will be 2 seconds left before the end of the quarter. So they got to snap it here on 3rd down.
Well, Barnes stayed in. It was Jamari Williams who came out. So Barnes in the backfield with Landry. A scrimmage from the 44. 3rd down and about 9 needed. Twin receivers on either side. Landry goes to the left. It is caught at the 41-yard line and thrown out of bounds hard at the 38. Number 18 stayed with it, Tigner. And that'll bring to a close quarter number 3. 3 down, 1 to go here on our ICTN Game of the Week. Our score as we head to the 4th quarter, Berkner 31, Irving High 7. It is 4th and 3, movement all over the place, no flags. As the Berkner Rams on 4th and 3 will come up short. And the Irving Tigers take over. So they hold off the Berkner Rams to begin the 4th quarter. They take over at their own 38.
A feeling the flags, unless it's pretty blatant, will stay in the pocket here in the 4th quarter. And the clock may roll a little more generously. We'll see.
Kind of like a referee in basketball with a 35-point lead. You swallow the whistle and just play out the final 6 minutes. From the 38, straight ahead, virtually nothing at all for Rashawn Daniel. No gain. It'll bring up second down. A long night here for the Tigers. They trail at one point, just 3-0. Scored in the second quarter, but Berkner tallied 2 touchdowns in that second quarter. District opener. Nimitz winning their district. They just monstered Richardson on Thursday night, 27-0. From the 38, Vine looking for some running room is shoved around, still shoved around, and taken down his forward progress. He got back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll be 3rd and 10.
It's been a rough night for Medina passing. He's just been 2 out of 10. 26 yards. He just hadn't had the time.
David Perez, number 84, in as a wideout. Malik Williams, running back, 3rd and close to 10 yards. Here's Medina. Pressure for the backside. And a marker down. Medina goes down at the 25. But a penalty marker dropped as Medina was
down,
trying to get away from
with
the
a flag on the play.
rush from the outside.
On the offense, number 65, that penalty's declined. 4th down.
Linemen get tired. It's late in the game. Someone rushes past you and you just grab a jersey.
It's kind of like that last piece of pie got you. Had to run, get it.
You did.
No contact. Wasn't knocked down at all.
A few stiff arms along the way. Out of my way.
3rd and close to 20. Roger Bersian in punt formation. A little better snap. Another high punt hits at the 44. Continues to roll downfield and will be touched at the Berkner 32.
So for the Irving Tigers, this is their first district game of the season, so they got some catching up to do. They've got a winnable game against the Richardson Eagles next. Then they've got the 2 Irving schools in the middle of their district season. And then they end the year pretty rough. Jesuit next to last and Lake Highlands last. That's a tough schedule to end the season.
First teamers stay in for Berkner. Landry, right side, caught. Here's 5, close to 6 yards. On the quick out pass to number 14, Jamal Sane.
That surprise you, John?
A little bit. And again, with Barnes in the backfield, thought he might get some more touches. And Sane is down. He has 2 touchdown catches tonight.
He's got the cramps going, the Charlie horse.
9:43 left in this one.
Thing about football in this modern age is you have so many schools in a city that have football teams, so you don't have a team that has 50 or 60 players on it anymore. It's like 40. You don't have the depth. Maybe the coach says, look, if I'm going to go anywhere in postseason or just to make the playoffs, I'm going to have to stick with my key players, and they need to get the opportunity to get out there and play.
And in some of the bigger cities, Rob, you know as well as I, there is a transfer portal. I mean, it's happening all the time, still does, always has.
Yeah. They were the original transfer portal. College just this gave up. NCAA is just what, throwing the white flag? You're going to get paid,
basically,
and you can transfer. Just give us our money.
But the guy ought to stay for 4 years. You transfer, you got to stay to your senior. You just can't go back and forth.
Well, they're doing it.
Well, you're only going to have 5 power schools every year, same schools every year. They're playing the championship games. 2nd and close to 5. They go to the short side, cutting it back towards the middle was Davis, Dwight Davis. Didn't gain much at all.
And to your point, John, on the transfer portal, look, I went to North Texas. I love my school, and I say this with love. But there was a guy that transferred from North Texas to SMU. You know?
Well, I know, yeah, I know what you're saying. From the 38, it'll be 3rd and 4. To this side, it's high, it is caught, dropped by Tigner. Was NT your first choice back then?
Yeah, pretty much. I think my mother wanted me to go to Abilene. You know, they had a good TV department there too.
Yeah, they did.
They still do.
Yeah.
They still do. My dad was like, yeah, but North Texas is much cheaper. State versus private. I'm like, yeah, and I'm close enough to home, you know, laundry, grocery money. Yeah, let's do that.
Holidays.
Yeah.
From the 38, 4th and 4, Berkner in punt formation.
Good kick right there.
Yeah, nice kick. They get away from it, hits at the 24, and continues to roll about 14 more yards. That was number 14, Jamal Sane, who punted.
He's done everything tonight.
Suited up and came to play. So Berkner will collect its first win of the year, and like Nimitz, they will go 1-0 in district play.
No, 1-1.
Oh, 1-1 rather.
They fooled us all by having that first district game against Lake Highlands last week. When everybody else had the week off, they're like, we're going to play.
All right, from the 11. By the way, that was a 52-0 shutout to the hands of Lake Highlands.
That just shows you how good Lake Highlands is this year.
From the 11, Medina, there's a view up top. He will drive back near the goal line. Scrambles. Medina hit hard and taken down at the 8. He loses 3.
Extra time in the whirlpool for Medina.
Man, beginning tonight. Kelvin Escamilla, number 6, will replace Wilkins. Malik Wilkins comes out. Helmet off. Clock rolling, 8:08 to go. 2nd and 13. Deep in Irving territory from its own 8. They go to the ground over the left side and close to the 15-yard line. A little extra shove there in the secondary. Aiden Hills. Well, the Rams got tangled up. Marked at the 13-yard line.
That extracurricular has been brewing.
Mm-hmm. They need 8 here on 3rd down. For Sean Daniel. And the rest of the Tiger backfield from the spread. Handoff coming this way, and Vines dropped at the line of scrimmage. He only has an interception, Rob, and there may be one of the best tackles of the night, Sean Ballard.
Yeah, the junior wrapped him up rather well.
He didn't go high, he went low, and the run not going to go anywhere with the tackle below the waist.
Right around the ankles. You can't go anywhere if the feet aren't able to move.
Roger Bersian from the goal line will punt it away. Hallman standing at the 45. It's a fake, trying to get that first down, and they do not. So the short snap and the fake, that goes awry, and the Berkner Rams take over in the red zone. Yeah, they decided not to punt it away. They had to eat it. And in the process, you talk about a short field, and indeed it is, as they take over at the 12. Watt Davis there to gum up the works for the Rams.
Landry still in at quarterback.
Yeah, first teamers as well on the O-line from the Irving Tiger 12. It's the handoff over the right side. Barnes with a couple of yards. Able to get to the Irving Tiger 10. Time and the score and everything else in the favor of Berkner right now. Closing in on 6 minutes. Second down, 8. Where does Barnes run this time?
Left side.
Ball at the far hash mark.
Landry has kept just once that I can recall.
3 touchdown passes tonight for the Ram quarterback, number 8. Same play over the right side, maybe a yard as Barnes disappears.
Amarian Barnes brought down by
He's down there somewhere.
Third down. Berkner's 4th possession of this second half, and for the second consecutive series, they started in Irving Tiger territory. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Third down and a long 7. Towards a corner. It is up and broken up.
Well done. That's the same play they ran back in the first half to sign for the touchdown. Back here on the near side to the right. That little fadeaway to sign, and Landry underthrew it just enough to where the Tiger could knock it away at the last second.
Noel Ibarra, a junior. As you see a look at the crowd below us. A 26-yard field goal attempt on the way for the Rams. They hit one from 19 early tonight.
You mean Sign's not going to kick this?
From 25, and it is good. Thomas Saley. So he boots it through. Cosmetic points, you know, really at this point, it's now 34-7.
I'm surprised they just didn't even try to go for it.
I thought they might try to run to the other side, and at the worst stay in bounds and turn it over, but what, 30 seconds maybe would have run off, but
right.
They go deep. The visitors from Richardson off of I-75. They're happy to collect their first
Irving Tiger
win of
going
the
the
year.
wrong direction there.
Yeah, well,
he's like, I'm going to line up. Oh, wrong way.
you're right about college and private schools versus the public schools. I wanted to go to USC.
Did you really?
I really did. Yeah, I sent off for the catalog, but then the reality set in. Where do you live? It's a private school. Out-of-state tuition. On top of that, the dream died quick.
You know, back in our day, I don't know if it's the same now, but back in our day, you could go to the University of Hawaii with non-out-of-state tuition if you were from Texas.
You're kidding.
No.
Really? Where do I sign up?
The only reason I knew that is because my parents
Man.
took me there when I graduated from high school, and it was like their anniversary, and so.
Aloha, we won't see you again.
Yeah.
Here's the kickoff field by Vines at the 10. Comes towards the middle 20. 25, crosses at 30, tripped up at the 34.
And then I remember, you know how the air quote older people are. Let's go on a tour. So we're taking a tour, and the guy that was giving the tour said, anybody here from Dallas? We're like, hey, you may recognize the buses. The city buses used to be the city buses of Dallas, Texas. And they bought, in Honolulu, bought a bunch of them. Can you imagine transporting all those buses to Hawaii in a cargo ship? How much that cost? Those buses probably had a gazillion miles on them.
Now at the least. Got a new running back for the Tigers, number 30. He's easy to spot with the bright orange shoes. Here's a deep pitch, got a new quarterback, handoff, and a first down run to midfield. Number 25, Jeremiah Johnson.
Got some
Webb as a quarterback.
new faces down there for Berkner as well, John.
Ball at midfield, 16-yard.
Bowie is a running back, number 30, a sophomore. Yeah, both coaches have started to clear the bench here. 4:35, clock moving. 1st and 10 from midfield. Webb. He'll hand it off and gang tackled at the point of attack. No gain at all.
Cameron Bowie on the
Pretty good
carry.
defensive scheme by the Berkner Rams staff. What they did tonight is they kept their strong safety about 15 yards off the ball, but they brought their other safety up every time to the line of scrimmage.
Cameron Bowie is the new running back for the Tigers, among others, number 30. Got a clock issue. Now rewind it. Started back up again. 3:48 to play.
That and the play clock as well, they had to reset.
2nd and 10. Frederick Webb, the sophomore. And look at that surge. They just stepped through the offensive line. Just pick out a number. Loss of yardage. Swallowed
24,
up.
94, 32, 40.
Ball carrier.
Johnson eaten alive. Homecoming night for the Tigers.
12 from the 48.
They will go to a 1-3 record overall.
You know, one year they had the Elvis Presley impersonator play after the game.
Bring him on here.
Yeah.
I'll set up the stage for him.
Would you really?
Yeah.
You going to see Styx this year at Levitt Pavilion?
That's in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Got to get a ticket. It's not like the other concerts. You just wheel out there with your lawn chair.
Yeah, right.
You got to have a ticket for this one. This is their big fundraiser.
No gain.
No gain.
And it'll be 4th down, and Irving will have to punt it away. Who's a blonde lead guitarist? Thomas
Shaw?
Yeah,
Tommy Shaw?
Tommy Shaw,
Yeah.
yeah. He was on Daryl's house.
That's a good show.
The
I
other
like that
night.
show. That Daryl, he gets everybody.
4th and 12. Nobody back deep for the Berkner Rams. Nice centering pass. This one goes off the side. It is shanked out of bounds. Near the 40-yard line. What do you think, Rob, about 4 plays? And that'll do it.
If there's no timeouts and Berkner does nothing but just go right up the gut. So this will be the first victory for that man right there.
He played at Berkner at one point. Alum and former Baylor Letterman. Right at the 40-yard line. Guess who, number 8, still running the show.
Maybe they don't have a backup. Maybe if he gets hurt, they're in a world of hurt.
Drops the pass and just drops
There
down.
you go.
There it is. There's the victory formation in essence. In basketball, you go into the 4-corner, the stall, and football, it's the victory formation, and that was kind of it.
It was forced upon him.
Yes.
They started off a little rough. I mean, even though they had the lead, they had a few exchange issues.
2 receivers to the near side on 2nd down, but they're just window decoration. Here's a play up the middle, crossing the 40 out to the 42-yard line. And at 21 to go. Again, it was a Berkner 17-7 halftime lead, 31-7 at the end of the 3rd. And they get a field goal here in the 4th quarter, one of 2 field goals tonight. 3rd down and 8 yards needed.
17 points a half.
Came in averaging 19. Irving defensively came in giving up 32.
So about average for them.
From the 42, a low snap and a drop to the knee.
Landry does the old point to the scoreboard.
I see it too.
So apparently someone said something not very nice to him. So they got to snap it one more time.
They can take it down, I think 2 seconds. They can take it down and snap it. That will do it.
Yeah, it's 4th down. He'll need to run backwards for a couple of seconds, right?
Well, or just run out of bounds. End it all for everybody.
I remember watching Staubach do that against the Bears once. He scrambled for like 10 seconds. There we go.
I'd like to see that again. I'd like to see the Dallas quarterback do that again with a victory. Well, that'll do it. The Berkner Rams polish off the Irving Tigers here on homecoming night. Their first win of the year. They go to 1-4 overall, 1-0 in the district as they win it 34-7. We're back with a post-game wrap-up right after this.
So the Tigers lose their homecoming game against Richardson Berkner tonight, 34-7. It was still fairly close at the break, 17-7 in favor of the Rams, and then it pretty much just went downhill from there on the very first offensive series for Berkner. It only took them 3 plays, and it's Omar Barnes, left side, through the line, no one touches him. 67 yards in all. That made it 24-7, and for all intent and purposes, that was the game. The Tigers could not rebound whatsoever. They could not get any offense going, and the Rams pretty much made a living through the air. 16 of 23, 237 yards, only 1 turnover, and that was a fumble. I mean, they have a quarterback that came in that had thrown 5 interceptions in 4 weeks, and he was okay tonight. Meanwhile, the Tigers just could not get anything going offensively, and the scoreboard reflects that. 34-7 your final. So Trey Bryant, the head coach for the Rams, gets his first win. They are now 1-1 in district play. Coach Munoz loses. He will have a chance to rebound next week against the Richardson Eagles. John?
Well, Rob, as you said, the Berkner Rams just came in and took charge. I mean, they just wanted it and come out with a 34-7 win tonight. Well, that'll do it from Joy and Ralph Ellis Stadium. For Rob Willman, our entire ICTN award-winning production crew celebrating 40 years. Until next week, this is John Nelson saying good night from Irving.